once it notices that they are there. Hey, come back, frog. Froggy! Okay, sure, I'll spawn in a different one. Cold frog, come back. Cold frog, come back and eat this magma cube. Cold frog, what are you doing? Cold frog, get oh. Hi, I'm TJB3171, and this is my second video. Today I will be continuing my last video about the new update. Now, this time I will be showing what is a mangrove swamp and what are the mobs that spawn within. So basically this is a mangrove swamp, which you can kind of tell from the color of the water and the mangrove trees around us, and you can hear frogs. Now, I will get to frogs in a moment, but first let me tell you what else you can find in the mangrove swamp other than the mangrove trees. First, you can find lily pads like I'm standing on right now, lots of water and mud blocks and frogs over there, and also fish under the water. You can also find quite a bit of vines and clay and mud. Now, mud blocks are pretty useful. If you put them on top of a drip stone, then they will turn into clay after a while, creating renewable clay. And with the mangrove trees, well, their structure is quite interesting. You can see around here that the mangrove trees have like things sticking out of the sides of them. Now those things are roots. Mangrove trees have roots sticking out of them, and they actually look quite nice, I think you can see. Now about the frogs. What are these frogs doing here? Basically, frogs spawn in mangrove swamps. Now, I'll show you a bit of a really good example of frogs. And those examples are these frogs. Now, these frogs are just croaking, and this one's walking off, but this one's just staying there. As you can see, its belly is stuck on... Oop, it jumped. Where'd it go? Well, I don't know where it went, but it just jumped. Oh, and here's where it gone. It went over that way. Now, what else can you find under here other than mangrove roots? You can find dead bushes, which is kind of weird, and this mangrove poppy leg. Now, mangrove poppy leg is practically the sapling for mangrove trees, and they can be placed underwater, which is quite interesting. Here's an example. Here, that's mangrove poppy leg that's been placed underwater. Now, what else can you find here? Frogs, and that's pretty much it. Now, what do frogs do? Other than just croak around and jump, they can actually have some pretty interesting things, such as spawn a slime. And these little slimes are practically doomed, because when a frog sees a slime, it will eat it. See? Did you see that? It just ate. This frog just came and ate the slime. It's kind of cool how it does that. But will frogs eat magma cubes? Because magma cubes kind of look like slimes. I'll get to that later. In the meantime, let's show you why the frogs are that weird color. Frogs can have that weird color, which is the white color, because they spawn in mangrove swamps, which is a warm biome. Now, frogs, when you breed them, like, wait, come back. Like that. Why is that one going around nuts? Oh, there. Now, this one will be going to a nearby water source to lay eggs. Now, when frog lays eggs, they will lay it in a water source, and after about 30 minutes of being there, see those eggs, they'll turn into tadpoles. Tadpoles, as in that cute little thing. The tadpole will basically just swim around and be a tadpole. that is a tadpole. Now, what else do they do other than just swim around? I'll tell you. They can also grow into frogs, as you can guess. Now, when they grow into frogs, depending on the biome, they'll turn into different coloured frogs. Now, those are warm biome frogs, like in swamps, but if you type that in, and that is from a temperate biome, such as plains or forest. What about a cold biome, such as snowy blocks or the end? Let's see. Now, variant equals cold. There, a green frog. A green frog spawns in snowy or cold biomes when they turn into these, from tadpoles into these frogs. Depending on the colour, you know which biome it was growing up in. Now, how do you get those tadpoles into those biomes? Good question. If you get a bucket with water and then bucket of tadpole, you can place it in the biome you want. And if you get a bucket full of water and right click on a tadpole, you can get a bucket of tadpole, as you can kind of guess. Now, back to the fact that frogs might be able to eat magma cubes. Let's see if that theory is true. As you can see, this is a frog in the nether next to a magma cube. Where'd that go? There. And if you kill magma cubes, they split into smaller magma cubes. Now, will they eat those smaller magma cubes? Let's see. It's gonna eat these tiny magma cubes. Now, once it eats them, you saw, it drops what is called a froglight. Going around eating froglights. Now, I will show you what other coloured frogs. That was the hot frog or warm frog. But other frogs can drop different types of froglights with different colours. Such as, if I spawn a temperate frog, and that eats that, it drops another different coloured froglight. That is an ochre froglight, and the warm frog drops periscope froglights and and then let's see what the other type of frog drops, the cold frog. Now, if you go to the commands and go cold, now that is a cold frog. The cold frog, what kind of magma cube does it drop? There it is. You're going to eat that cold frog. It's coming, and there. Now, as you can see, it is dropping a green froglight. 3 different coloured froglights. With an achievement, with all froglights in your inventory. Lots and lots of XP suddenly granted from those 3 things. So it's kind of quite useful to get 3 frogs in here because it gives you XP. It doesn't actually give you that much XP, but it still does give you XP. 3 different coloured froglights. 3 different coloured frogs. Perfect match. So, well, yeah, 3 different coloured frogs drop 3 different coloured froglights in the kills of magma cubes. Basically, when those frogs eat slimes, they drop slime balls. These froglights are basically the magma cubes that have been spat out by the frogs after they found out their mistake. Apparently, according to Mojang, that's true. I don't exactly agree with that, though. So basically, I've summed up everything there is to know about the mangrove swamp and frogs. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And don't forget to leave a like and slap that subscribe button.